Итак, всем привет, мы продолжаем играть в Disco Elysium, немножко я запнулся, да. Я хотел сказать вот что. Прошлое видео оборвалось, ну, думаю, все равно никто там до конца не досмотрит. Так что как-то... У меня просто закончилась память, понимаете ли? О, бутылку могу отсюда собрать. А чё они не помечаются? А, ну это нельзя. Пустая катушка. А где? Ага. Зато уничтожил ее. Эту катушку, может, можно что-нибудь там. Ну, типа, намотать, не знаю. Эх, записать. Энциклопедия электрохимия. А, кстати, по-моему, нормально. Так, одежда на электрохимию. Вот это на электрохимию +1. Вот это +1. И все. И вот это... А, ну это тоже штаны. И все, больше электрохимии нет. А, нет, вот есть еще 3 электрохимии. То есть 3, да? Я, кстати, полностью оделся, я только сейчас заметил. Чайчих каш просто, да? Я думаю, мне не стоило все так вкачивать по малу. Лучше бы в 2 навыка вкачал по максимуму и все. Какие-нибудь, типа вот физиология и интеллект. Было бы прекрасно просто вообще. Но нет. Это только заново, если уже начинать. Ну, короче, там труп осмотрели, типа... Там, по-моему, проверка была на восприятие сложная, 8%. С 3-й попытки получилось. И, короче говоря, что выяснили, что там... Он засунул руку в рот, просовывал, обнаружил пулю, и от этого его убили. Собственно, да. Все понятно, да? Так, ну-ка, давайте. Журнал неудачи ненависти. Так, ну тут ничего. Это бухать, это курить. Это мне вообще не надо такого. Так, повзаимодействовать можно. Ну. Так, ну тут ничего. Так, краткое описание инфраматериализма.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friso. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread, because Friso was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything. To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. After rifling the pages with your thumb, the magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cut, it takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that why they decided to title this one section. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top.
Так, оп.
This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer. The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but if you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death toll. You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects. Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships. And then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one, thus the so-called tournée becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. your discount laundry detergent racing, and that precisely is what's problematic about it. Well, at the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real racers that you're really watching for.
Yeah.
Sure, you think that, but subconsciously, it's the vision. This flimsy magazine is right. Deep down, you know the only true stakes are life. That's because you haven't been reading critically. But don't worry, you flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their reader only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international, you flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border. Something about
Samara.
bear wrestling in Samara. But face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents. Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Mm.
According to these editorials, private enterprise is simply, it goes on to call the Wild Pines a nightmarish transnational. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Так,
It takes a moment. Why?
Кстати, я еще
As you
хотел
leave,
посмотреть.
the main feature, though,
Или
is a
нет.
long. You
Okay.
think instead, where to even start? For one, oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines. There's no way those are real. Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly soup, and that precisely is what's problematic about it. At the end of the day, it's that, you see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that you flip back to the front of the magazine.
Все, так. Вот такой обычный журнал. Кружка желтого
It's just
человека.
a racist mug.
Понял.
The
Записка
note
из
is
холодильника. Понял. Книга про какаду. Так, обертка.
There it is again. The scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer. The surface of another planet or some ancient temple. Bitter, citrus, sweet. It seems to grow stronger until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes. Made of toffee, your heart working overtime, trying to keep up with the panicked synapses firing. All the sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid. There is a movement next to you, the shuffle of a small coat, warm like the evening. But when you turn to, why are you talking to a gum wrapper? Yes, from the height of antiquity, a long, long time ago.
Понятно. Появилась новая, но у меня места нет так-то. 8 часов еще. Классно.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item, the squished little thing. I know. You should find the gun that shot this bullet. That sounds like something a police detective would do. First, you should learn all you... Then find the gun that shot it and the person that gun belongs to. He used it to kill
Не
your
точно,
victim.
потому что, возможно, оружие у него забрали или что-нибудь такое.
The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to... You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It's quite destroyed. Somewhat far away, Lieutenant Kitsuragi is flipping through stations in his Kanima. He is not here examining the bullet with you. He should be.
Хорошо. Так, тут что у нас? Найдите орудие убийства. Ага. Понятно. Понял.
The
Так,
bullet
ну-ка.
is the squish. I know. You should find the gun that shot this bullet.
Ага. Ладно,
That
тут
sound-
больше
then
нет
find the
вариантов
gun that-
каких-то нормальных. Окей. Все-таки.
In your
Ну,
hands,
давай.
you hold 16 days of coldest April. Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands. As though you flip through the book, the pages are thinner than you realized, and the type quite small and tightly set.
600
Real
страниц.
art is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like you had to wrestle a suicide, the back cover is dominated by a black and she can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph. And yet, from this cover, the eyes of a sad, in cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugograd riots in the 20s. Youths overturn motor carriages as ethnic tensions run wild. A pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. It would physically hurt you to keep... Fuck it. Do it. It can't be worse than what you've already felt. They go through a brief and somewhat awkward love affair. And in the end, they betray each other and succumb to the absurdity of Gradian life. The man becomes a lens grinder. He toils through the daily drudgery at the Lenka Polyfabricate. Happiness and fulfillment have eluded him his whole life. She spends the next several decades standing at a conveyor in a Sosnovo fish processing plant. The smell of fish guts slowly seeps into her hair, and the memory of their short time spent together tortures the former lovers ceaselessly as life leaves their remains between the soil sheets. Good stuff. I fucking loved this.
Все понятно. Получил только боль от прочтения этой книги. Ну ладно. Да, вроде бы все, больше не с чем взаимодействовать у меня в инвентаре. Так, журнал. Много всего. Очень. Сообщить в... Угу.
The door is closed. Still, you should punch a fucking
Она
hole.
никогда не
The murmur
откроет,
in your-
да, меня уже? Я понимаю. Ту-ту-ту-ту-ту. О, доброе утро.
Yes.
Я не могу ему рассказать
What
о
do you
поле
want to know?
все-таки.
You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief? There's no reason to wing anything. 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller they didn't identify themselves. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what, just to be clear, we are police officers. Good. What about me? Good. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you,
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Ладно. Люди какие-то новые еще появились. Салам,
Can I
гад.
help you? Got the 20 real? Then why are you wasting my...
Ага.
Oh, hello, dear.
Так, сегодня среда, да, сегодня должен открыться этот тоже. Так, давай поговорим об
The
Альфе.
man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod. Acknowledge the mention of mañana gets his attention. They're friends. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you. Just one word. Sounds quizzical. Then he awaits your answer with his brow.
Давай, да.
Horse need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the man happy.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea. Honestly, the place is a powder keg. The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off.
Все, не надо водка. Рабочие сейчас слишком сильно набухаются, не очень. А там на самом деле кокаин все-таки есть и что-нибудь еще такое, да? Так, от этой двери у меня еще ничего нет, да. О, этот мужик. Так, ну давайте с вами
You
совсем
look like
поговорим.
shit. And I don't mean that.
No, you don't. You look like a young god.
Oh god.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face.
Ну-ка.
You know what it is. It's like the two of you,
Oh, I definitely.
another life.
Yes. From another life.
Так, так.
To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
I think even in this fictional reality, the 57th would...
My condolences. Go ahead. Have another guess.
He seems to be observing you through the reflective glass of his...
That's exactly right. Down to a fraction. No, not really.
He seems to be observing you. Repeating it gets no reaction from the man with the sunglasses. Suddenly, the
Okay. That's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now
Что?
we're somewhere good.
Спрашивал. Ладно.
I'm not getting involved in this.
Okay. Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? Would you now, or would I be cramping your style? Never mind. Partner.
I'm not your partner.
A little premonition for you, Lieutenant. Sooner or later, probably sooner, when that happens, I suggest
The lieutenant merely bows his head in response.
Все, я обижен. Ну-ка,
let's
давай
be
еще раз.
crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that? Would you now, or would I be cramping your Okay. How about you stop wasting my time and get on?
Есть
Let's be
сменщики.
crazy. No, because in this thought experiment, we are police officers in a police station.
Come on. Stop it.
Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you.
This isn't helping.
Так, стоп, по-моему, мы читали про какое-то незакрытое дело, и там был передан от какого-то плохого копа, не очень, который не мог раскрыть то дело, которое решили за 30 минут. По-моему, это про нас. Или про Кима было. Ну ладно, не помню.
You're not going to believe this, but Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing's. Oh, it's you, you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth.
He's trying to protect you from further rough hand. Okay, yes, you get the joke. Leave it at that.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of compassion in that sadness.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like? Oh, well, go solve your case then. That would count as trying.
Who does this asshole think he is? A cop?
No.
No, he doesn't.
If I wasn't clinically depressed, I'd burst out laughing. But I'm gonna go with no right now. Actually, I don't want to hear it.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things.
Hear that? He wants you to say. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
Ну, застрелили. Ну, давай скажем.
You think he was hanged as a cover-up? To hide the shooting? Okay, well... I don't know. Why are you?
You know what? It must be because he's buff. He looks like he works out, like he's got the
То есть
devil
боевой
on his
дух.
back.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it? Watch out for yourself.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and report?
Oh really? I wonder where. That's the where you remember me from? You don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence.
Ясно.
Okay,
Обиделся на меня.
the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy. Yes.
Ну, это
Just
понятно,
cross
что
it
с
off
одного
now.
участка. Че он такие?
Again? I can't believe this shit. Okay, why not? So, do you know who hanged him? Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. Why are... Oh my god, there's more. You want... I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say? Okay.
Jean. He's...
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that.
I'm going to say... God fucking shit.
None of this is great. Okay, I was clearly wrong.
Понятно.
The woman
Jean,
in an
Jean.
RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she
Же-
notices you.
Там были псевдонимы одного из наших напарников. Же там было, да, по-моему? Он его называет Джан. Ну, скорее всего, да, он.
I would really prefer not to talk to you.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
Yes, I am. I know.
He's the real deal.
I'm definitely not the cavalry. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? No, you haven't wronged me. Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want? What, precinct?
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying
Опять не
vibe
могут
from this
ответить.
conversation.
God damn it, you leave her alone. Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be
Can I actually help you with something?
Чем
Yes,
не
of
нравится, я не
course,
понимаю.
Preposterous. I mean, you would remember.
То, что
they were,
он не
right?
помнит.
Who forgets their squad mates? That's not possible.
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
Well, he's not. He's a sack of shit barely kept together by crazy glue. But at least he tries. Unlike...
Please, let's not turn this into another
Комплимент сделай
exchange,
даже.
okay? I don't...
Don't say anything, Judith.
I'm just looking out.
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are.
Yes, a policewoman who just wants to do her job. That's all.
Ну понятно, короче. Салам, брат.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
Поправить галстук, что?
Hi,
Привет.
Hi. So what brings you here?
Он такой и не такой. Ой.
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer? Convenient. But what are you doing here? Talking to me?
Отвечать мне на это не
Oh
будет.
yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions. Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types. Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese. Nothing. That I didn't see anything. Why shouldn't he? What friend? No, I don't think it came up. Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear, just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Sure. Anything else on your mind? You did? And how did you like him? I told you he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people. A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He too has opportunities in Occident, Sur la Clé. Still. Or is it just money? I don't know. He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean. Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get...
Понятно.
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess. It is. On Sundays. What about me, gendarme? Bye-bye, gendarme.
Подожди.
Jamais vu. Derealization.
Уф.
Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood.
Интеллект. Плюс 1 очко опыта за каждую проверенную сферу. Сферу чего? Что это значит? Стоит ли разблокировать? От фантика получили что-то про свою прошлую жизнь, так сказать, да? Давай, начинай. То, что пахнет жвачкой. Еще могу, кстати, навык повысить какой-нибудь.
Hi again, gendarme.
Так, самообладание,
Бывает,
да? Подожди. Есть ли у меня что-то на самообладание? Вот это. Туфельки топовые.
Hi again, gendarme.
Всего 17%.
It's the sports. He's a sports guy. All about that physical prowess and athletic skill.
Он петух,
Nothing
я уже
else
понял.
here.
Давайте. Вторая попытка. Если не получится, то ладно, вкачаю
Hi
там.
again, gendarme.
It's
Хотя
the
это
sports.
невозможно же.
He's a
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Если я даже прокачаю, до какого я должен качать? У него 14, а у меня всего
It's the
малый уровень
sports.
навыка.
He's a sports guy. All about that
У меня
physical
10.
prowess and athletic skill.
Всего 10.
Nothing else here.
Это мало. Слишком мало.
Hi again, gendarme.
It's the sports.
Ща все сделаем, ладно.
Hi again, gendarme.
Could he be
Ну,
a
легко.
member of the homo? Yes,
Гомосексуальное подполье.
this man is definitely one of the homos. This sexual thing seems interesting. Ask around. Become involved.
The homosexual underground? Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate? Oh, it's a pleasure group. A Sub Rosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday. Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning. The last things people in Revachol have to hold on to. That everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore. But do you also like the razzle-dazzle of gold? Do you like, because instead of the traditional family unit, we're going to have all this razzmatazz. And mysteries, of course, too. Mysteries of sexual nature. Very sure thing, officer. What do you want to know next?
Какая мысль?
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Что ты мне за мысль дал? Мне даже страшно стало. Где гомосексуальное подполье? Нет. Не хочется мне быть одним из них. Опять мужик с деньгами, да? Ага. Так, не знаю, поговорим, может, о
I've
чем-нибудь
got
новом?
nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting? I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus, you are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to...
Понятно. Ну давай,
Looks like
не знаю,
the
попробуем.
circus
еще раз.
left him, but the clowns are still here.
Авторитет немыслимо просто. Попытаемся? Ну-ка, подожди. Ща, приоденусь. Так, авторитет мне что-нибудь снижает, а мне ничего его и не дает, да? Понятно. Авторитета нет. Блин, видимо и правда нет авторитета. Жалко. Ну вот -1 есть. Конечно. Сразу надеваю, да. Но мне этого все равно мало будет. Давайте повысим авторитет на 3. Этого очень мало, конечно. Но хоть что-то. Так сказать. Ну что, давайте начнем попытки, так сказать. Надо было первую попытку без повышения. А это шанса не повысило.
Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
Why?
This is not, I'm afraid it's not what you think it is either.
What in the name?
But I don't want to give you my gun.
The fuck is happening? Easy, Shanks. I want to.
Merely.
Ну-ка, сейчас
But
посмотрим,
be
что будет.
careful. It's good. Now put it in your mouth. I want to point everyone knows how to do that.
Ладно, не надо.
What are you doing?
Не надо. Шизоид.
Looks like the circus left him, but the
Покажем,
clowns
кто
are
же
still
главный.
here.
Просто у меня этого никак не получится.
Establish
Так,
authority.
ну-ка загрузимся. А если я сделаю -1 авторитет?
Looks like the circus left
Какой
him,
шанс будет?
but the clowns are still here.
0, 1. 3% это минимальный.
Established.
Понятно. 6 единичка, кстати, еще немного. Ну-ка, давай еще раз повторим успех. Ща.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Establish off.
Ничего не выходит. Как же так?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Establish off.
3-3. Ну, сейчас я, короче, сделаю, понимаю, все такое, это нечестно, но я хочу, вот, да. Легко,
Does this
легко.
look familiar? You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with...
Huh? You got a problem with beer?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
Либо вот это, либо вот это.
You saying we don't help people? I've been.
They don't know, man. They weren't here. We had 3 shootings a week, kids dead, fucking graffito everywhere. You cops have...
Congratulations on the graffiti removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick.
Titus?
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got...
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. If you don't, if you question her.
What is her name?
Glacia, I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags.
Понятно.
A real pretty one.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop.
Sure. Why not? You probably
Чё?
seen her
Я не
around.
смогу.
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulged.
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing. We just have a few more questions. Then we'll be on our way.
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That
Was like that karaoke incident.
Okay, enough. All
he did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it?
It would help if we establish it.
All right, 2 weeks maybe.
Here you go, boss.
I know her.
How well?
A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth.
Well enough, Copper. We partied. She's been here for a few months. You mean Revachol? Nah. Our Miss.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just... Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them what's with all the silences. It's like these guys don't. And what was up with the party she and Titus did? It sounded fun.
What do you think I meant? Yes, yes, and no. Got something to say about it? No, we just fucked. That's all.
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get for now.
You don't know her. Good boy. Remember what I said. Freight train of.
Подожди, дай сохранюсь снова, а то с тобой говорить это себе дороже просто вообще. Охереть можно. Ага.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? Again. Just...
Good one, Titus.
Huh?
There was a bullet in the dead man's brain.
How the fuck do I know? Anyone could have shot him.
This line of questioning is over.
Ага,
You got the cause of death
понятно.
already? Hanging. If it
About fucking time. You still on about that?
Indeed, mighty.
Well, there are so many bullets.
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking, of course. Wow! He's got it in...
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened.
Shit! I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night.
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk.
No, he meant before he was hanged.
Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous. They told...
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid.
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
They're only pretending to enjoy this. Beneath the act,
Never been worried in my life long.
it's not like he blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there.
A witness? You ain't got shit.
That's just contactis, Titus. Next, he's gonna tell you one of us already rolled on the...
Well, let's hear.
This goes without saying, but nonetheless, don't give out his name.
It's like you said, Al. Copper's coming.
I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. Tell us, Copper, what wacky claims did he make?
That means absolutely nothing to me.
It means the whole scene was long and
What is this fella's problem? Sorry, we didn't...
Shanky. It's Shanky, right? I thought there's something wrong about the lynching story. Now,
You don't...
I know you are lying, Shanky.
It's you assholes that feel the need to go around like a fucking... Yeah. It's like they put cowbells on you before they send you to the streets. What's...
Arab guy? Boss, I think he's trying to say...
Well, yeah. What is confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Elaine were there too. Great witness.
Okay, maybe it doesn't feel like this did anything to them, but they have to be fretting a little. Everyone is afraid of witnessing.
Again? Seriously, man. Yeah, whatever.
Все. Ой. Дали им понервничать. Поговорить.
Officer, what was that? Yes. The victim? Is there something I should know before we talk to her? Okay, that's manageable. Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday. What you're saying is, you?
Ice is forming on the inside.
Then, don't ever. What else? This is unprofessional. Not sharing information.
Какую информацию? Как будто бы знал, что она нужна. Так, ну-ка, что там? В окошке.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scraped nothing. Just black tangles.
Ничего, а? Я сделаю опять. Я понимаю, это все такое, это плохо, но тут равные шансы. Я должен это сделать.
Yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. Someone hid the key in the bush and attached it. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open.
And I need the fatty to get his feet amputated because the smell...
God damn it, Dennis. You know I can't help it. Sorry, fucko. These guys won't help.
I'm gonna inch.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key. The key is
О,
brass.
спасибо.
Workshop spare is etched into.
Come on, man. We were just having some.
I'm tired of listening to your shit. Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
Didn't even know it was there. Boys,
No idea.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our.
It could open the door in the kitchen. The blue door. It says what?
It's worth a try.
Хорошо.
You see a heavy steel. The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn. The darkness before you smells like.
Понятно. 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 5 реалов. Неплохо так.
Over there, in the corner. Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't.
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic. A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on. Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready. Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy. The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. Areas around the playfield represents Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats indeed. Think of them as balls.
Ну-ка, давай.
It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep
Oh,
3
достижение.
goat-faced balls in play. Go, go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius, the kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot. An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every He also hit his wife and kids. Other people's kids too. But you seem to be having fun.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open. Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More for tiny hammer shatters something inside the machine. Something large. The words "L Rupture" light up on the speaker panel and the machine starts.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Sun is actually leaking out of the machine. This can be navigated. The balls leave, or you're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5
Плохо
times you
выиграть с
snatch
мячом.
it back from the jaws of death.
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake and then it's all over.
Now, if you can't even... The last goat.
Так-то он сказал, что может отследить его по этим, по дорожкам в тумане, ну ладно.
There goes nothing, finger.
Потом, если что, вернемся еще поиграем, но я не уверен, будет ли
All
это
these
когда-нибудь.
mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white road.
Some kind of inane pinball theme. Probably related to Messina during the Dolor.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
You can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that.
What a dumb name. Royalist Pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick.
No, I love it.
He doesn't.
No.
Kim Pinball Kitsuragi. Exactly. That's what he's known as. His reputation precedes him.
So now he remembers. Fine, I'm Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, aka the Kimball. You remembered. Wonderful. He only remembers. No human being should. It is a game that requires no skill and a childlike affinity. It is lame. I am not called Pinball. It was used to taunt me. Fine. I was a juvenile police officer for over 15 years. It's how I started out in the RCM. Once I had to infiltrate a pinball ring. It was not okay. I needed to become a pinball champion. I trained for 9 months. The job was successful and end of story. That time is over now. I was already a 38-year-old man. It was unbecoming.
So that's why he doesn't want to talk to Kuno. Trauma and stressor disorder from being a juvie cop.
Not only to you, I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi to everyone. No.
Понятно.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb, smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July.
That it does. I say, let's brave it. At the end of the last century. Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months. It seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descente, and an international call for emergency.
Поехали. Ох ты ж, плащ пинбольщика. Ну он прикольный. Угу. Давайте лучше уж его наденем. Симпатия, да и координация. Думаю, получше будет. Что за саундтрек? Начался.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball, looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel?
A creek. So
downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the hardest bang away.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see.
Понятно. Знаете, что он думает. Понятно. Следы.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covered.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new. 3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily...
This is so good it makes him forget the whole Kimball memory.
It was a stereo investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, adding a new fact to... It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to detect. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways.
Between that and that. No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print.
Наверное,
Hard
как
to...
раз
The
таки
size
этот,
looks
которого
about the
убили.
same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor. The door is small but heavy looking. It's barred from the inside.
Unless we veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof.
Folded M dimension, a reference to the popular science fiction series In System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly.
Ага. Здравия желаю.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air. You catch a single white flower between your feet. The young woman looks at the Maybell the lieutenant gives you.
Так, стоп. Ландыш.
6 crumbling petals rest on your palm. They're white.
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybells or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle. The revolutionaries, so the communards and the anarchists. White's their color, but the customs, it's about girls and boys more than sides. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery and consumption. It's a symbol of... Yes, but not this early, not to my knowledge. It looks dried, preserved. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
The petals feel dry. Water flows under the channel bridge. Dark water. You rub your sides for warmth, but the feeling recedes.
Welcome to the roof.
Her hair is still below her silvery jumpsuit.
Да,
An
душ у нее
athletic
был 3
young
дня.
body, then toned over several years of self.
I'm sorry for the mess down there.
Самооборона не
The cleaning
удалась,
lady
видимо.
hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. It's much nicer now.
Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible.
Thank you for that, officer.
There is something in her light brown eyes, a sadness, when she thinks about the death
Грусть.
of that man.
Типа, ну ладно.
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there. They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit.
I am Kim Kisoragi. I am a detective from...
Have I ever? Have you grown accustomed to your role as a police officer? Like riding a coppercycle.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the...
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, no need to dilly-dally. She's tough. You sound like a namby-pamby.
Clausier Amondu. Vredefort, Republic of Oranje. A bad memory, officer. Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass. Duraluminium.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there. I'm 28. Something stupid. Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are nothing. I do nothing with it.
Деньги. Показать ей деньги, что?
It's not very cool, but what can you do? I'm afraid you.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clausia Mondu. Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wondering. I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street.
There are plenty of other reasons for hiding your documents from the law.
It's also what.
Why, yes.
I'm an unpopular girl. There are people back home, the kind of hurry where you can't afford to not find your documents. But don't worry. I would love to change the subject. It's not important. Unless I'm some kind of suspect. No,
She doesn't seem to be overly distressed.
My colleague has an exploratory sense of humor. Don't hold it again.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
The record. So official. Yeah, it's pretty deluxe. I did not. Mystery solved then. I kept wondering where it led. Okay.
Сейчас вот это
I'm
скажем.
glad someone's had fun, huh?
She feels like quarry, encircled. Her eyes dark.
A peephole?
Yes, looking into your bedroom, miss.
Okay.
Digital fear and disgust moves through her body.
Do you think this is somehow connected to me? Okay. Do you have any?
Unfortunately, no. But if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It shouldn't be hard to cover with some tape.
Shit. I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back? Mm-hmm.
She's lost in thought. Eyes narrowed. Forehead.
I'm wintering.
How long have you been?
About 4 months. I came in here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol. Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because all the other...
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling, I always wanted to see the only city in the world in the worst time of the year. I'm winter.
How long have you been staying?
About 4 months. Funky town. I'm winter.
How long?
About 4 months.
How long have you?
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling, here. I heard this is where the washed up disco has-beens go.
She looks at you and nods.
Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke. She looks at the dried petals in your palm. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp, like a...
Pretty. Looks like a dried Maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style? Why was there a flower on the roof? I don't know.
She looks chipped white.
Pretty. A martial art, sir.
Samurai boxing, or Sambo. Graceful martial arts stuff. Sambo style implies stealth and cool.
Why was there a flower on the roof? I don't know, officer.
Так,
Why
ну-ка,
not?
секунду.
I'll be here and...
Просто до 23:00 стоит на
What a
крыше.
nice day for questions. Yes. You're just one room.
Good, yes. This means she could have heard something. Like what you were doing before you blacked out.
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions. Like...
Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean? By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes,
It's a bit early in the morning for rate, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
Is it? It is afternoon. Time flies, man. Yeah. I'm gonna go with not. Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get...
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were a...
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier. Pretty much.
Warming them. She must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
You may know.
Maybe you don't know.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here. Serious.
You hear cracking in her
Let me make this 100% clear then.
You get the feeling she might be.
We partied. A lot of partying going on. We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes... I guess you can say that, yes. A bit.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs. At the bar. He was on some sort of assignment.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that. Oh, yes. I've had a great view.
A bitter cringe.
You called us?
Yes.
Jackpot.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. And Martin...
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping. I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio.
So that's why the phone is out of order. She tampered with the...
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was
Thank you for making the call.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, you'd still be hanging there. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he's...
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here.
And his role in this strike?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss...
And they lynched him for...
She nods.
Bullet? They shot him too? They stripped his clothes.
You mean after they hanged...
I'm confused, sorry.
So am I. Were you...
Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged.
Не было. То есть восьмой это кто-то, не пойми кто.
I just know what they told me.
This is beginning to get confusing for you too, and we don't like...
Cowering. I was cowering downstairs with Sylvie. They're frequent guests downstairs. They have a booth for union members. They're probably down over drinks. It's been a little.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Так, может еще что-нибудь там
She
спросить?
must be very
Я не
cold
помню.
and exhausted.
We partied.
You're being sarcastic.
We drank, sir.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed a little. The drugs were good enough, and
How did you two meet?
downstairs, at the bar,
When was it?
a month ago.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief.
Should we head back downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Сила воли 1. Подожди. Надо с лейтенантом еще поговорить.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called hardy boys. Half their reason, nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not... What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. The best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our
Ага. Позже. Была ночь воскресенья. Ну-ка.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Сила воли, типа, мне надо. На 3%, которые у меня сейчас. У меня нет ничего на силу воли, по-моему. Ну да. Ну, могу, конечно, прокачать ее. Она на единичке всего лишь-то. Урон -1 к тому же. От чего-то, я не знаю от чего. От чего урон? От вот этого? Нет, от этого скорость реакции. Вот от этого. Нет, не от этого. А у меня чего-то постоянное уменьшение? А я не понимаю. Блин, я не понимаю. Одинокая дорога домой мне еще нужна вообще? Я не понимаю. Ну-ка, подождите. Там восприятие повышается до 5, да, максимальный уровень, который можно вкачать. А, ну. Ну да. Именно так. Может мне мысль белого траура удалить, кстати? Зачем оно мне? Говно какое-то. Не особо нужное. Блин. Я не знаю, что мне делать.
Officer, it's a fine day.
She looks back.
Ну, конечно, не получилось.
Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will see through deceit. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limb. Nothing. Just time. Anything out of the ordinary. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. She presses her elbows. Her hair brushes her shoulders. The strange moment ends. It was brief. No longer than 2.2 seconds.
Человек.
Officer, it's a fine...
Just like the last time. Like, don't worry.
Ага.
We...
Ага. Ничего не вышло. Понятно.
Officer, it's a fine...
She looks back. Time.
Так, ну-ка. А теперь попробуем. Опа. Вот это, давай быстрее.
Officer,
She looks back.
Не вышло ничего. Снова.
officer,
She looks back.
Там, боже мой, было близко.
Officer.
Ну там просто шестерка выпала и что-то еще.
She looks.
Я не помню что. Пятерка и пятерка или что там было. Вот только что.
Officer.
She looks back.
1-1. Ты везунчик.
Officer. It's a fun.
She looks.
Прям ровно на провал уже 2 раза подряд.
Officer.
Сейчас все получится. Смотрите, наблюдайте за моими попытками, да?
Officer.
She looks.
Ну когда-нибудь это получится. Я думаю.
Officer.
She looks.
Ну давай.
Officer.
Я просто понимаю, что я никогда не подниму силу воли до такого уровня. Поэтому надо сейчас с ней об этом поговорить.
Officer.
She looks.
Тупо не смогу.
Officer.
She looks.
Да ну тебя, давай. Сдайся.
Officer.
She looks.
Пятерка и двойка.
Officer.
She looks back.
Шестерка и тройка.
Officer.
She looks.
Какая же нужна удача все-таки, чтобы выпало 2 шестерки сразу?
Officer.
She looks.
Ой, не то, не то, да не то. Отстань.
All right.
She looks.
Officer. It's a
She looks back.
officer.
She looks back.
6,2.
Officer.
She looks.
Не знаю, попробуем раздеться. Вот так вот тебе понравится, ага?
Officer. It's a
She looks back.
6,2.
officer.
She looks.
Ну когда-нибудь у меня получится. Я не знаю когда, но когда-нибудь, это точно.
Officer.
She looks.
Ну 3% шанс все-таки.
Officer.
Много попыток
She
надо,
looks.
чтобы выбить 2 шестерки.
Officer. It's a
She looks.
6,4 уже были.
officer.
She looks back.
Officer.
She looks.
Угу. Я понял.
Officer.
Шилукс.
She looks.
Ну, 5-6 было. Еще одного очка
Officer.
просто-напросто не хватило.
She looks back.
1-2 уже давно было.
Officer.
She looks back.
А,
Officer.
She looks back.
Officer.
She looks back.
вот так.
Officer.
She looks back. Time.
Почему? Ну же, давай. Что у тебя не выходит так, а?
Officer.
She looks back.
6 единичка. Ну-ка еще давай с 3% шансом сейчас.
Officer.
She looks back. Time.
Давайте, я с 3% ее
Officer.
разнесу.
She looks back.
Officer.
She looks back.
Ладно, давайте все-таки это за кадром сделаю. Так, наконец-то. На это у меня ушло 2 минуты и 5 секунд. Но при этом я прокачал силу воли еще. Она мне боевой дух, кстати, повысила.
I have bad news for you. You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, he's talking about you. You too. Me? What? These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info, you can't trust them anymore. Believe it. There's no way of knowing. All of bullshit, man. I ain't, especially that. No fucking way, man. Really? Quick, glory, truth, softness. I take it back. He's got it pretty bad. She likes you. The crown head is a boring condom. He's jealous. This is human nature. How it always does. There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is how she is. No. It's better to know you're being played than to be played without knowing it, is it not? I think it's safe to assume, yes, Mr. Thespian here hasn't been speaking up. If she is a lady, most fair and just. In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to employ half-truths more often. That is correct. And omissions too, a little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things to the best of their ability. Maybe they add flair or something. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, they are not to be trusted. Not with her. Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. A light green speck and imperfection on the outer rim of her right iris. You can't draw a sound conclusion. She may want to control the information rollout, not to become a suspect. She may, see? It's oddly moderate. You are not afraid. This is a mere girl. She was someone's child. Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this. The silence broken.
God, no. Not my favorite topic. How about we... Yeah? Alright.
Ну, все ясно. То есть на это плевать, да? То есть... То, что, так сказать, догадались мы до этого, но на это плевать. Абсолютно. Ну, ладно. Это надеялся.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in close.
Looks like it, yes.
В спешке. Понятно.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills. It's been used, but not for scrubbing blood off towels or anything else interesting. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves. Sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle.
Anything of note?
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoparidol, something in a foreign language you can't read.
An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gotwaldian, marked red blister packs you find.
Просто электрохимия 97%.
This is going to take a bright orange bottle with peptide stamped on it. In sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container. It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological...
Peptide. A euphemism for pharmacy.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy. This medicine cabinet is stocked with... There it is. The lieutenant looks toward the door. Who cares, man? Who cares what the stiff thinks?
Ну-ка, посмотреть хочу. Плюс 1 моторика, плюс 1 психика. Прикольно. Ну нет, мне не надо. Пожалуй. Ну ладно, пойдемте с ними поговорим насчет этого. Может, с ними тоже насчет чего-нибудь?
Yes.
Не знаю, нет.
Again?
И тоже нет. Так, ну-ка, подожди.
Hi again, gendarme.
Нет. Ой.
Bye-bye,
Забыл.
gendarme.
Так, ну давай сначала, может, тебе что-нибудь скажем?
I've got nothing to say.
Ничего не скажем. Тебе все
The
скажем, да?
clouds are still hanging around. What is it now?
Ой, сам знаешь.
Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my...
His hands become fit.
And you went and pushed her.
Titus Hardy! Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes...
The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The rest of the... Someone has to rush in to break the tension.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it. Show it to him, T. What's the harm?
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me these so...
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't...
You don't care about evidence.
Speak, Steve. They don't care about getting the truth.
I won't be on your bulletin board. What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You know why. You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb. You RCM aren't the only one. We have machines. We're in logistics.
Understood? You've listened in on their communication.
Since way before their chief started.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth...
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? What?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday. Yeah, you do that, lawman. Again. About fucking time.
Понятно. Понятно. Кассета.
You stare at the great door gunner megamix. If only...
I've got nothing to say.
Так, окей. Если нечем уже разговаривать, все, выходим отсюда. На свободу. Ура, идем говорить с грузчиками этими. Ой, да, с грузовиками хотел сказать еще. Как они? Мужики, короче, с водителями. Ну, этот вроде окей. Норм.
Now it's turning into a kind of a...
Нет, давайте к другому подойдем, к тому этому, который расист у нас.
looking for something, Hunt? Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let... You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight. So they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage. Racial economic sabotage. I don't go for that foreign piss. Proper booze is made in Mundi. Or sometimes, I like a dram of that Yugograd vodka. Koikos and worse much.
He eyes you wearily.
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kids sneaking around at night. Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved his country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kid... Since you left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
А из-за чего?
It's a fucking travesty is what it is. Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealand, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little he's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Really, he's just selling his... Just follow the smell. It smells like...
Yes.
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. Sealang's usually a little bit soft. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang...
Guess so.
Ладно. Так, ну, с тобой я, по-моему, обо всем говорил.
Right to work.
Так, кто тут еще? Это машина, да.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam.
Так, тут где-то еще вот. Ну-ка.
The woman still...
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Where am I? Who are you?
The smile on her face is disappeared, replaced by the weird
ушах начало
aspect of
звенеть.
the cornered beast.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s. The men have the small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of back in Mecca during the time of the revolution? The sidewalks and cafes are filled with the young people. Until you came along, that is. I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty, this is Gabriel Buenguerro.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to make someone was. They are someone's memories, boy. They are beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true.
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past were one.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She's just a distracted old woman.
So he doesn't think.
You hear that, Loman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me. Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best Lomonosov's Land, Udajnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain.
A terrible cold comes over her, rattling her teeth as
The Transcatula Magistral. You for 1A. Adestradas do Mirador. All the good ones. The deep trenches. Where the bluebirds fly. You're right, Lowman. I'm the one who should take my...
a correct appraisal.
Is that all you woke me up to say? Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadero, you need to listen. It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring Boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from... Don't be stupid. The Boyadero returns from the western plain a changed man, one night. As he and his beloved are out walking along the river Margaret, she pleads, no. The Boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Margaret. Then he rides off. You have to understand. A true Boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was sold. Diamonds? Of course not. But wouldn't it be whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine? I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides,
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
oh, it's so much more than a high.
Yeah, it's definitely some kick. Some terrible kick in the dog.
Then it's contraband, Lowman. What? Do you want to take an old woman?
Bad hand. Hermenegildos' bad hand strangled 300 people.
What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare. Yes, there is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the
Антагонист?
side of the adversary.
Что?
Those epithets are familiar somehow. I don't like the sound of any of that. Sounds like a horrible drug.
Then what were you getting at? You're man, Lowman. What of it? Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just this month I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saram? It's diamonds, Lowman. Of
Damn this. Make her answer.
I would never make fun of a
Man, you're not responsible for what the client puts in your lorry, as long as the seals are not opened. We officers know that.
Lay off her.
Diamonds are good for you, Lowman. You should try them sometime. Make yourself pretty like easy. It's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet.
Вроде
That's
он нормальный.
correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the... Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it was.
I think we're done here, no?
Yes, go. Enough jamboree.
Так. Давай с тобой поговорим.
Still here, stuck in this day. Ah, man, me and narcotics go way back. But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Ну-ка, если я так
Hey,
скажу.
man, that's serious criminal talk. Are you trying to pull some sort of an entrapment thing on me? Then what's your deal here?
We have a credible lead,
Блин,
sir.
это чё?
So-
Я думал, получится его как-нибудь вывести. Ладно, давайте тогда по-обычному общаться. Может быть, это бы что-нибудь сделало, я не
Still
знаю.
here.
Так это
Ah,
попытался.
man. But those days are behind. Hey, man, that's serious criminal talk.
А он тут
Are you trying
то
to
же
pull some
самое
sort of...
ответил.
Entrapment is where a law officer gets a person to commit a criminal offense they otherwise wouldn't commit, often through some trickery of...
Yes. It's like trying to trick a person into doing something criminal that they'd never do. Then what are you trying to accomplish?
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the hub.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration. Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. Man, but those days are behind me.
We have a
Not me, man. No, gotta guard the stuff. Bosses don't look kindly on missing cargo.
A rhymesmith? This is quite credible. It goes with it. Working on these rhymes clearly leads to muscular...
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really...
Свой лучший стих. Ну-ка давай. Ща. Подожди, у меня есть что-то? Еще одно. Ага. Все, приоделся.
Why does art inspire you so much? Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and in short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation. Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too. Of course not. It's autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture, only the most experimental kind. Yes, you seek substance, no vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home. Bravo. Continue. Then, the mediocre and vulgar epic. This was a good call. That guy probably...
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man.
Wait. There's something here. Stored away in some dusty corner. It's dark.
Whoa. What else?
Сказать что-нибудь в духе арт-копа. 11%, кстати, только сыграть в пейнтбол.
Silent communion. That's good. Dang. That's some great shit. You came up with that yourself. Fucking hey. Seems I got you all wrong. It's good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text. The others here say you don't really get it. I get you. When they really click, it makes the world seem manageable.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look...
Понятно. Так, обратно мне одежду, пожалуйста, мою. На самом деле мне силы ж, по идее, столько не надо. Наверное. Что там у меня по этим? Пустошь реальности вот закончится, я тогда сниму, наверное. Эту майку или что там, типа. Наверное, сниму. Ну-ка, может позвоните в участок? Раз уж мы того там слышали, скорее всего.
A pull-out toolbox as you tap on the gauge.
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They are also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on.
This is Precinct 57. How may I... Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, sir. Sorry, but I'm under orders to... 10-4. Orders as your orders. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
A metallic drawer. A pull-out toolbox.
Где тут кто еще? Кого? Да. У канала. У канала, да? Так. А где канал? Ладно, так. Опа. Давайте зайдем к нему, да? Опа, это что, обновилось или что это?
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print.
Или
Oh
это
yeah,
пропустил?
the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a smells like worn cotton, and worn cotton with a side of flea market.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon a Hell yeah, man. I don't usually carry printed tees, but this one was just pure I wouldn't go so far as to say that I'm a fan, but I do. Most people don't think that the man from Yelmdale really existed. I mean, even if the man from Yelmdale didn't
Okay.
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Yelmdal, and watched.
His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but it's lot. Stop talking about this nerd stuff. It will make you weedy. Buy the
2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
But why? I sympathize, I do. But this is a 2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
But why? I deal in goods, not services.
Плюс 1 грубая сила, плюс 1 трепет, минус 2 авторитета. Надо, пожалуй. Пока что. Не знаю. Так, ну у него тут есть какие-то там, это всякое, что-то там. Магнитофон.
And your boombox, that gold and amber.
Sorry, man. I can't be giving out freebies. A discount?
A man like that in a neighborhood like this, in a rickety house falling into the sea, there's fear in him. Use it to your advantage.
Ну-ка,
No, not really. I expect momentous change at any moment. But it's fine.
Success, sort of. Whatever gets the job done, right?
Спасибо. Я не думал, что он решится поменять. Ладно, видимо, он не так уж ему и важен. В самом деле.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Of course. It's in working order still, isn't it? Just pick your tape and set it spinning. It'll the Coldima Madakwa. Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds for that matter. That's fair. It's been a long time since my Coldima Madakwa hunting days. Once knew a group of young. This was before.
Думал, что я могу с ним об этом поговорить.
You know, lost touch with them after all of that. Cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Coldima Madakwa. And he was one of those passionate. We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns. Compared them. Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life.
Do we really have time for this?
This recording comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz.
As the hum grows louder, modulating, but always unnaturally uncomfortable. That's an illusion. Your breathing is just as it was. He nods to you, reassuringly, just as more diverse. Seabirds most likely, gulls and such.
And skewers, but...
Shh, that's it. The signal in a low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling.
You know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the Coldima Madakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Так, не знаю, зачем мне эти открытки, но забирай. Этот куб мне еще нужен, наверное. Пустая катушка оставим. Вот и счастливой пары. Заложим. Платок. Ручка. Ладно, пока что ружье оставим. О, у меня только 102 их. Блин, я думал, больше будет.
Another time, perhaps.
Готово. Чё готово? Чё готово? Поговорите с жертвой нападения?
Apricot chewing gum scented one.
Хорошо.
August 2nd, early late summer. You're getting off the streetcar in Le Jardin, east of the river. Her father and mother are middle class. The nylon of her little jacket rustles next.
Понятно. Плюс 2 восприятия. Стойкий запах предательства. Понятно. Интересно, что мне эта пустошь реальности все-таки даст. Странные звуки так-то. Так, что, прослушаем пленку, да?
The porter reel is just what you can push. Command set. And the tape starts spinning.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village.
The harbor. That's the son of a Valson crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your porter reel. The tape stops.
End of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Still. One of the other mercenaries, I think.
Bad news.
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad, who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. Or maybe Kohoy is just merc talk for atrocity, slaughter. I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her.
Я так и думал дать ей прослушать, сходить, может посмотреть, что она скажет. Так сказать. Так, тут что у тебя еще есть? Фигурка, да, там какая-то.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets.
50 центов,
Did I
ладно.
mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky?
Приносить удачу. Давай, поверю. Понятно.
All the old boomboxes are there, blinking and...
Понятно. Так, ну и все. У него тут только это купить за 700. Или вот эту вот футболку, и все. Да? Пока.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the...
Понятно. Так, вообще мне надо на другой берег, да? А чё, с мостом? А, ну да, тут же из-за этого пробка. Опа, я вот к этому мужику еще не подходил, но... Чё там?
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
Abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even...
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically...
They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot and...
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you.
Плюс одна электрохимия. Нет, точно нахер. Что за очки?
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool. UV resistant. These
Ну-ка,
were
подожди. Ща. Опять приодеться надо.
the shine on these sunglasses lasts a
No luck. All you find is this lime-colored cellophane visor.
Понятно. Ну, еще раз. Как обычно, повторим.
shine on these sunglasses lasts. Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become alright, but these actually make your vision worse. It's
Wow, officer. You look so
Видимо,
cool.
восприятие уменьшает, но что-то там добавляет.
And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up.
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
Плюс одна внутренняя империя, понятно. Такое, я думал, эффект получше будет. Ну да, уменьшает восприятие. А это чё? Что это? Поступь нечеловеческая? Всего лишь собака, ну ладно.
There are clothes inside. Cheap,
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabric.
you find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends. The box smells like cat piss. Or
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand. Buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. This jacket is the apex of human, practical, and yet it may deaden your senses.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And
С
it's only
обладание
450
минус
for you, sir.
3,5. Не хочу. Эл. Вот так вот делай.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found,
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
a pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super Air.
50 реалов, ты чё?
That's madness.
Плюс скорость реакции, плюс координация. И мне энциклопедию еще уменьшает при этом.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable. A small heat emboss on the veneer reads, Solidarity Aid.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here. Then look at them again. These are the... No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk. Well, if you... But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, if, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little...
Damn. So you have to buy the sneakers first.
Понятно. То есть для каких-то колонок, которые, возможно, мне где-то будут нужны по квесту, мне придется потратить 50 этих. Ну ладно, посмотрим. Так, это что? Это ломбард, да? Ломбард. Ага, так. Ну и что? Работает?
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out from the whole way. You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the water lock starts moving,
Ага. Ждем.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please,
Я, кстати, с ним
continue
так и не
on.
поговорил.
Wanderlust.
Забыл. Про него, по-моему, говорили, что он какой-то там наркоман, что-то такое, да? Или что? Ну, тот этот, расист,
You see
который...
a Cimarron street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods, where the name Sileng is
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool. Everything's cool. The goods.
from out on the bay. A cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles.
You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang! Oh, yes! You got style. You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. Very sharp, officer. I'm Serais, from the Sigai province of the Serais Empire. The apricot.
The apricot suzerainty is what the Sigai archipelago is commonly known as in Revachol. It's a bit of a fraud.
No, apricots come from Sigai. My grandma used to grow them. But Sigai is a shithole. Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur?
Well, if it's for his grandma, you should buy a lot of things.
Бедная неимущая бабушка. -1.
Drugs?
Надо было раньше
I
меня
don't go in
попросить.
for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs. That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs.
Sir, it appears to be true. No drugs in sight. Not in the box of sunglasses.
That's cool. Especially after you already said you're into them. All the coolest detectives in the movies do drugs. And that's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But I am not a lorry driver. Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him.
So you admit you're a lorry.
No, I just said I work harder. And he... Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream. Nothing. I told you. I'm not
And what?
crowd. You know, the drug crowd.
There's more here. He's afraid of this crowd, whoever they are, more than he is of the racist lorry man.
Look. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I'm...
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying
Понятно.
away from her. The way they talk about her. I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. All of them. I don't know.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't have... All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses.
Ладно. Давайте мы пока что тогда на этом закончим. Что же, всем пока.